Hello, everybody. Welcome to this month's edition of the Central Ohio Housing Report. This is Adam.Ashba, president of Ashmont Realty. And I hope everyone is hanging in there. We're going through some unique times for sure with the COVID-19 epidemic and quarantine. As you see, I've been wearing a ball cap. I'm definitely due for a haircut soon. Well, let's go ahead and get started. Now, remember, these statistics that we're going over is through February of 2020, pre-COVID-19 quarantine. So I'm really excited to see how these statistics are going to drop off over the next 3 or 4 months. We did a really good, interesting podcast with two agents yesterday on the Real Estate Real podcast. You can check that out on YouTube, as well as Facebook, LinkedIn, and about the feedback from buyers in our market. If you're looking to sell a home and wanted to know what buyers are thinking. But great news is through February of this year, through 2020, we're actually up 13%. In sold homes and condos in Central Ohio compared to what we did in February of 2019. So that's a really good sign. We sold over 1,900 homes and condos in Central Ohio in February of 2020. Now, we had one extra day in leap year, so I don't know if that had anything to do with it or not. But we're actually up 11% through January and February of 2020 than we were through January and February of 2019. So we're definitely showing great signs that it's going to be a really great spring. However, COVID-19. So we'll see how that affects. So next month, we will be getting March and then April and May. So I'm very interested in seeing what's going to happen. Looking at statistics, real-time statistics, actually the first 2 or 3 weeks of the quarantine, things really slowed down, but showings are actually up. So I don't know if buyers are having confidence and not as nervous about going out looking for homes. So we definitely are interested in seeing what's going to happen there. The average sale price home in Central Ohio in February was $235,000 and change, which is actually 6% higher than what it was last February. So from an investment standpoint, that's really positive, but we'll see what's going to happen. We're still down historically in listings. Historically over the years, we are getting caught up a little bit. We're still about 3 to 4 years behind on inventory until things really equal out. Hence any other catastrophes such as we're going through now. One thing I thought was interesting is the average days on market for homes in Central Ohio has gone up a decent amount. If you remember from last month, the average sale price for an average bread and butter home in Central Ohio, so a house that's $350,000 or less, which is a pretty average typical home, was about 32 days on market. In February, it was 41. I was kind of surprised to see that. Again, that's before COVID-19 quarantine. I don't know how that's going to be affected for March, April, May, but so that's about 9 days more on market, which is pretty significant if you think about it. A house 350 to $500,000 was 78 days. That was up slightly. And then anything from about $500,000 to $1 million plus is 3 to 4 months on average on market, which has been typical and pretty consistent. But you got to remember, there's just less demand for homes over $1 million. But that concludes this month's Central Ohio Housing Report for February 2020. Remember to like and subscribe below if you want to get monthly updates on statistics, and continually following us through COVID-19. We're going to have some great podcasts and guests about how this is affecting the mortgage market, able for people to borrow money on the mortgage side, because that's the key. If borrowers cannot borrow money from the banks, that's really going to halt everything. That's really what happened 10 years ago on the last financial crisis that we did. So thanks for tuning in. Remember, like and subscribe. This is Adam.Ashba, president of Ashmont Realty, and we'll see you next time.